Hi guys, so my name is Nancy James and I wanted to talk to y'all about something that's really important. I wanted to talk about what's going on right now with the Vanessa Guillen case. I will give you a little bit of what's going on and what I know about it and what I found out, and it's freaking crazy. So Vanessa Guillen was a PFC in the Army stationed in Fort Hood, Texas. She disappeared on April 22nd, 2020. So it's important to know that Vanessa had talked to her mom and she had told her mom that she was being sexually harassed by one of her sergeants in her unit, and she was really uncomfortable, and she didn't feel too comfortable going to her command and telling them what was going on, but her mom kept pushing her to do it, and she said that she was gonna probably report it. Okay, so that's one thing that's going on. So April 22nd, she goes to work around 1 p.m. She goes out, and that's the last time she's seen in the parking lot of the squadron building. It's also another thing to note is that the sergeant that she was about to accuse of sexual harassment was the sergeant that called her to work that day because she wasn't supposed to work due to COVID-19. So that day it was only that sergeant and her working at the armory by themselves. Okay, so then she disappears. Another thing that I found that was like messed up, fucked up, wrong, I don't know, what have you, but was the fact that during all this, because of COVID-19, they were all supposed to check in 4 times a day. So technically, PFC Gen was accounted for. Move this over here. Was accounted for the first and second time of the day, but she was not really. She was accounted for the entire day, the first, second, third, fourth check-in, but in reality, she wasn't really heard from the third and fourth time of the day. So basically, like, whoever was in charge accounted for her, even though they didn't really hear from her the third and fourth time she was supposed to communicate with them. So then we go after that. So she disappears, and one thing that I found really sketchy is that the army wasn't really doing anything much at first to try to find her. It was basically the family pushing for them to like get more information on this because they weren't really doing much. So her sister went out of her way and tried to spread the word out there through social media and everything so that this will come out and there will be some pressure for the army to do something. So thank God it worked, and now a lot of people heard about the story and they've seen articles and what's going on. So 2 investigations were launched. So there's one investigation that is about her actual disappearance, and there's another investigation that is about the sexual harassment towards her sergeant. So those two are going on right now as we speak. So what is really crazy to me here is that there was so much that was not done the way it was supposed to be done. And just when you think about the fact that she was accounted for, but she wasn't really accounted for, like, do you know how important those first hours are when a person goes missing? Like, somebody should have rang the alarm and said something. Like, what happened to leadership? What happened to the people that were supposed to know where she was? That's freaking ridiculous to me. That's the one thing you learn in boot camp. You'll learn when you first join the military is accountability is fucking important. Second of all, which is why I started all this, is because after this started coming out, so then now there's like a push for other female soldiers or females in the military to kind of come out and talk about their stories and their experiences of sexual harassment, sexual assault in the military. And there's been so many cases that it's so sad that they reported it and their commander really didn't do anything. The people that did the assaults were escape free, still working in the same freaking environment. Or sadly, there's those cases that never get reported and we never hear from. Like, I was reading a statistic that in 2019 there was like, I think, 7,825 assaults in 2019, which was an increase from 2018 for 3%. But those are just recorded cases. So let's think about this. 8,000 sexual harassment, sexual assaults reported in 2019. Those are just the reported ones. There's thousands or hundreds out there that are not reported. There is like a huge underlying layer that it's in the military that a lot of females are scared to come forward about sexual assault. And it's not only females, I'm not saying that at all. There's also sexual assault on men, and that's even harder because if females have a hard time coming forward about their assaults because nothing gets done, what do we think is gonna happen? Like, we think that any male in the military that has any sort of form of assault, sexual assault, is gonna come forward just like that and easy? No. And they're not any, which is really sad. When someone signs up for the military in this country, they expect to be safe. They expect that their sacrifice will be worth it. Unfortunately, there's so many females, males that suffer some sort of sexual assault trauma or experience that when they get out of the military, it affects them the rest of their life. It's not just the time that they served, it's the rest of their life they have to deal with depression, anxiety, and dealing with the consequences of what another person did, but also being untrusting of others because nobody really trusted them when they came forward. They never felt comfortable coming with their story. Or they felt unheard if they came forward and nobody did anything. Something has to change. In my 4 years while in service, I saw this happening all the time. It's sad. It's disgusting. We have to do better. These are sisters, mothers. They have families. Vanessa Guillen has a mom, a sister, family looking for her. Like, how are these leaders gonna look her mom in the eyes and say, oh, we did everything we could? No, you fucking didn't. How do you not account for her? How are you oblivious to the fact that this sergeant is harassing her? And I'm pretty sure, like, some people must have known, even though she hadn't accused him formally, like, I'm pretty sure people knew. But people like to put that shit under the rug to save themselves for rank. All I'm saying is we have to do better. Please spread the word about this story. It's really sad. For my sisters, for your daughters, for your mothers, for your brothers, everybody. Not just in the military, of course, in life too. Everybody should feel safe. Everybody should be able to go to work and be comfortable and know that if something happens, that somebody's got their back. And to all my fellow military sisters out there, know that you're not alone. I've seen all the stories coming forward about different cases of sexual assault, and these stories are heartbreaking. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I am really lucky that I never went through something like that, and if I did, I had really good commands and really good staff and CEOs and leaders that would look, boo, fuck, they got my back, like 100%, like no doubt. Like I could come to them with any problems, any issues, anything going on, and that's how it should be. And I'm sorry that that wasn't your experience. I hope that cases like this do not get swept under the rug anymore. This has to all be shown and come forth. Anybody, please, if something happened to you, come forward. Even if you think that's they're gonna like shame you, even if you think that nobody's gonna listen to you, put it out there. Some of us do care. Some of us will listen to you. Some of us will have your back.